Do you remember your first impression of me?
No. Actually, no, I don't.
So what's your favorite thing about me?
Wow, it's like a whole bunch of questions about you and what I think about you.
Well, you've talked about her some.
I talked about her a little bit. Sandy's kind of a phenomenon. You know, I do appreciate her in a kind of objective way, in that she is just, you know, she's living life. She's not holding back, you know. She's out there, you know. She's getting it while she can.
Who's who you spend your time with?
You know, choose people who make you happy. You know, who you enjoy being around. It's pretty much as simple as that.
Okay, so the real business at hand here is I'd like you to tell me what your favorite thing about me is.
Well, in my experience, what you like about someone is who they enable you to be when you're around them.
Interesting.
If you see what I mean. At least that's how I see it. And who I am around you, or rather who you and I are together, is, gosh, how to articulate it? Well, pretty much everything is perceived as being subject for humor, for one thing. But that's a relationship I have with a lot of people. That's not really specific enough. Also, we can talk pretty frankly and humorously about women, which we do pretty often.
What?
Again, without taking that all that seriously, you know.
You're saying you don't take women seriously?
No, I take them much too seriously.
So, Jenny,
What?
there's a few questions I'd like to ask you. What's your favorite thing about me?
My favorite thing about you is how hard you work at, and you know, and how loyal you are at being a friend. I think you are a really, really good friend, which is why you get to be my best friend. That exemplifies your loyalty and and the fact that you're my best friend.
Or just like a story you like to tell about me?
Oh, that's different.
Friendship takes a certain amount of work, in that you really need to actually spend time with people to, like, be friends with them. You know, a lot of people have a lot of friends who are more historical than actual friends. You know, people who might show up at your wedding, but you never actually see.
Right.
That's not really good enough for me. You know, Andy was really the first person in kind of the latest incarnation of my life here that was just like a first order person. You know, he was someone I could point to and be like, okay, this is a worthy friend. You know, this is a person I would really like to spend time with and can talk to in an intelligent way. I mean, he much better than I, even though I'm all into this fostering of community thing. He just naturally seems to, like, gather community about him. He, I mean, everybody loves Andy.
I'm Andy Jacobson.
Andy. I guess that it wasn't working right, and Andy was having some sort of fit over the light switch, because maybe he's a fix-it sort of freak guy. And, sorry, Andy. But, all roads lead back to Andy.
What was your first impression of me?
I'm supposed to remember that, huh?
I know you, because I know Andy, and you are one of Andy's friends. I met you at Ultimate Frisbee.
What was your first impression of me?
My first impression of you. I thought you were really, really nice. I thought you were this very nice, gentle person. And you were very friendly to me. Like you just talked with me right away, even though you just met me, and we talked about Andy. And actually, we talked about a lot of things that day. It was nice. I thought you were just a very friendly, nice person.
Have you been disabused of that notion yet?
No, I still find you to be a nice, friendly person. I know a lot more about you now, but I would not say that my first impression was incorrect.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about me?
Oh my gosh. What's my favorite thing about you? Well, I don't know if I have one favorite thing. Can I just talk about several things I happen to like?
Oh, sure.
I, you're very mellow and easygoing, which is very nice. And you are really accepting of people, which is a very nice thing. And you have really great taste in music, and you respond to music. Like music's very important to you, and that's nice. And you like a lot of the same music I like, so I like that. Like just now, when I was in the kitchen and I was singing, and then you like continued on with the verse when I stopped. So,
Well, your musical taste is always interesting. You introduced me to Ween, which was good. The diversity of your musical taste is good.
Eliza's is a tough one, though. I mean, it's easy to say what my favorite thing about her is.
What's that?
My favorite thing about her is the way she enjoys and appreciates music. That is where she and I really hit it off. Music is the best.
Exactly.
It's really hard. It's really hard to share music with someone who doesn't get it, and she and I have met each other relatively few times, and we pretty quickly recognized in each other that we really got it, like about music, just like how to enjoy it, how to appreciate it, and how to share it. Like half the fun of music is sharing it with other people.
What's your favorite thing about me?
Gosh, that's... I don't know.
Would you like a minute of non-pressured time to think about it?
Yeah.
So this is Aaron and Joya. Aaron's on the left. And here's all I really need of you. I just want to know what your favorite thing about me is.
Like when you talk, you go up at the end.
Like a Welsh person. I think it would be like your skill with food and introducing tempeh cooked correctly into our household, and the fact that you brought miso.
He walks up and down the stairs quietly.
That's very true. I never hear him leave in the morning.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really quiet.
Because you... were quiet, I guess, but the things that you said were intelligent and interesting.
Aaron, you know what? My favorite thing about you is just your amazing ability to make small talk. I'm like, so Aaron, how's it going? It's okay.
interested in this area of narcissism, I thought I'd give you a little questionnaire to see how narcissistic you actually are. I'm going to start by asking you to tell me about the special talents or abilities that you have.
Well, I whistle pretty well.
Uh-huh. Can you tell me about that?
So am I narcissistic?
Well, that's a difficult question. I spent 15 minutes with you and actually understanding whether someone's narcissistic often takes a longer relationship. In my basic assessment interview, I said that there's some aspects that are narcissistic, but they seem to be more adaptive and more related to self-esteem and connections to others that are very important to you, obviously, which very often are devalued in highly narcissistic individuals. And so it's hard to tell on the basis of our interview, but I do have the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder. Here, and I thought that maybe your friends, since they know you more, could decide better.
What do you like best about me?
My name's Carolyn Ewald. I'm 32 years old.
Carolyn Ewald is game. That's what I really like about her. She's willing to just, if you're enthusiastic about something, want to do a little adventure, little project, she's willing to just get into it with you. She's not a naysayer.
And
Are you dying?
all right, well, the main question of this interview is, what's your favorite thing about me?
Sort of like a... There's so many things.
I know, but choose one.
I don't know if they just go together really, but just sort of like your willingness to play games and your sense of humor.
Do you have a little story that might illustrate those things?
Who the hell are you talking to?
The combination of, I'm saying you or Aaron.
Me.
Combination of you and Ed. Oh, look, hurry!
Free willing, she's not a stick in the mud at all.
Mhm.
She's that's the opposite of a stick in the mud.
Fly on the wall?
I mean, she may be a fly in the wall, but I think that's the opposite.
What about,
she's an arrow in a vacuum.
Anyway. But then that turned out to be a horrible mistake. Oh well. No,
I could almost say some of the same things about Renee that I did about Carolyn, though they're pretty much utterly dissimilar people. Renee is also a little can-do, will-do, adventurous. I like that very much about her. My life here in State College has improved immeasurably since I've become friends with Renee. She has, inspired me, just to get out of the house and do things I like.
what's your favorite thing about me?
your hair.
My hair.
Your hair.
Would you care to expand on that?
No.
How do you feel about my hair?
Oh, it's great.
I think your hair is great.
Definitely.
Well, of course, your hair gives you away as being somebody who's a little bit more enlightened. Rat's nest, man. It's unruly. You don't even pick it, do you? You don't use conditioner and all that stuff.
Rarely.
Yeah, amazing. I don't know how you pull that off. remarkable. It's frequently out of control. I don't know how you keep it out of your eyes.
Hair bands.
Hair bands, tricky.
I think it's pretty undisciplined, actually. You know, it's just kind of
Hey, you're taking off.
23 and still in 11th grade.
I think it could probably use a trim.
What do you think about my hair?
I think that your hair's long and wavy. That's what I observe. And what do I think about it? I think it's, I really think that long hair is a wonderful thing. It just is, oh gosh, I could say a lot about long hair in general. So I always like it when people allow themselves that, allow their hair to be long.
What do you think it says about someone that they allow their hair to be long?
I think that, well, you know, it means different things to different people. So someone could have long hair for a totally different reason than I might think they have long hair for, or for a totally different reason than I have long hair. But like, I think that long hair, it's like the words are escaping me in my brain as I'm trying to think of how to express what I think of long hair, but it's something about life, you know, it's something about the like...
Inner sensuality?
No, that's not what I was going to say at all.
And what do you think about my hair?
Oh, the hair's good.
What do you think about my hair?
I love your hair.
Yeah, good.
Are you thinking about cutting it off?
And what about my hair? Do you like?
It's just you. I would love your hair if it was really short too. Sorry. The horrible truth comes out.
But it has to do with sort of like the richness of life, and it's something about like the health and fullness of life, and like there's like a bountifulness that for me long hair embodies somehow, like this bountiful fullness of life that just keeps flowing at you, you know. That somehow hair means that to me. And it's just like, I don't know, it's like healthy and earthy, and I don't know, there's just something about hair that means all that stuff. And plus, like, hair's fun. You can do so many things with lots of hair. It's very fun. But that's not what it means to everybody, you know. Some people just have long hair because they don't think about any of that stuff. They just want long hair, so. Or they don't feel any of those things about their hair. They just have chosen to wear it wrong. But let's talk about your beard.
It's good hair. How do you feel about your hair, Aaron?
Chicks seem to like it.
So Renee,
Yes.
did you start dating me just because of the hair?
Entirely.
Entirely.
I think it was partially because I had cut my hair like a couple years ago, and it was slowly growing back, and it used to be really long. And I think I was going through some long hair withdrawal, and so you really fill that void in my life.
This is my mom. So Mom, what's your favorite thing about me?
Your calm, cool, rational outlook on life.
Do you have any examples of that?
Well, you're always telling me to be very careful, you know, not to get upset and to take it easy and not to get excessively worried. I also love about you your caring for other people and animals. You're just a very nice son, and I love you very much.
What do you think about my hair?
I'm so used to it, I don't know if I'd be able to even visualize you. Well, your brother did it with short hair. I think you would look much more Hollywood if you had your hair cut. I think you have a very strong, handsome face. It should smile a little bit more though, that face.
You mean cut all my hair off?
No, I don't want you to cut all your hair off. It'll always grow back again, but I don't think I'd like a baldy flower.
Well, I guess at some point, a friend transcends mere friend status and becomes a part of the story that is my life. They become, mythological. They have such a role in my life that, it's kind of permanent. They, fly up off the story of my life and become part of the frieze of,
Part of the pantheon.
part of the pantheon. I'm not sure what gets someone into the pantheon. I mean, I think, you gotta put in your time as my friend and go through some...
Right, just duration and being part of your history.
Yeah, and also doing some, great, memorable, tasks.
The labors of Hercules.
Yeah, the labors. I mean, who's in the pantheon? You're in the pantheon. Adam is in the pantheon. Jenny is in the pantheon. There must be others.
But you spent the night in the airport anyway, and maybe I never told you this, but I was very touched by that. And the other airport story is when you came to visit me in Seattle, and you got off the plane and you were wearing a top hat. So, anyway, you were there with the top hat, which you wore because I was, at the time, though not anymore, obsessed with Ginger Rogers and by association, Fred Astaire, and the movie Top Hat. So you wore that as, I don't know, some sort of symbol meaning something, which maybe I never really got, but it was for me, and I appreciated that as well. That's all.
Okay.
I can't recall. It would be additionally hilarious if it were, whether or not this was the spring fair where I snuck off and had sex with Carolyn, with whom you were hoping to reconcile at the time. But it was this insane spring fair where the weather one day was really balmy, and then the next day there was snow.
Yeah.
But we were both sitting there, I think it was that same one, because we were sitting on a bench outside Levering. You remember this.
Yeah.
And I think we were waiting for Jenny and Carolyn to get out of the bathroom. And we were just sitting there, and I was experiencing some mild buyer's remorse about this scarf, this glittery hippie handkerchief or scarf that I had bought under the influence of acid. I wasn't sure whether or not I really liked it. I was going to give it to Lydia, who is this girl that I was really briefly involved with in clean water action. And I bought something else too, a tie perhaps. And you said, no, don't experience any remorse, reassuring me as always that whatever dumb thing I had done was absolutely the best course of action to have taken. You should have no regrets. You've got a tie that'll last you for several years, and a scarf for a girl who will like you for a little while. And we both cracked up. Not so much at the comment itself, but as, I don't know, just at the whole, tripping perspective that you get at moments like that on the kind of ephemerality and hilariousness of everything. I don't know if that story really illustrates what I was trying to say effectively. It's very hard to convey tripping moments adequately.
Reverse these complicated motions of going, all around one another and back and forth.
Can you talk through that?
That's a perspective that you and I share.
Okay.
And there are certain perspectives on life that are difficult to sustain just by yourself in your own head. You need certain other people around to reinforce them.
This is just something that has come back into my mind like a million times since it happened, I guess. And I remember it was when I'm not sure we were even living together, but you must have been living in Philadelphia, and we went camping, we went hiking, we went up to the game lands near Hawk Mountain, and hiked in on the Appalachian Trail for a little ways and set up our tent in like a big place where there was a stream and a flat place, but not an official camping site, which was very pretty and very nice. And I remember that we stayed up and we were sitting around the campfire and late at night.
Was it just you and me?
Yeah, it was just you and me. And we, for some reason, had asked each other the question, what is the most annoying thing about me? And I remember that I was kind of dreading what you would say, and but when you asked me to say,
What did I say about you?
oh, you said that sometimes I was too much of a grown-up, which made me very happy. I mean, I know you meant that I was being bossy and that I was too bossy and a hard ass, but I was happy about that because it has always been my goal to be more grown-up in the very fun dampening way that you described. But I have tried also to keep it in balance because of that insight, because I recognize it sometimes it's just annoying. So it was useful for me. And you said, what I said to you was that sometimes you were too controlling I think I might have just said controlling, I can't remember how exactly I put it. And you said in response that you do try to manipulate events at times, but that it is always with the goal that everybody be happy, and manipulate events to suit yourself, and also to kind of maximize fun for everybody else as well. And that is something that I have kept in mind when I'm being annoyed by your controlling and manipulating events, and it's also something that I see being, that is continually borne out by your choices about your life, and particularly in your choices about nurturing in the things that you do and the way you structure your life in order to nurture your friendships and your relationships, which I know is one of the most important things to you. So that's like a touchstone for me. I remember that. And so, as with most people, your best quality is also your most annoying one.
I don't remember that at all.
Also, one thing I really like about Renee is she's got this very broad laugh. It's broad almost to the point of being, intrusively broad. Well, here's the way to describe it. Sometimes she laughs so loudly, you worry that, people are looking or something. But I really like that she's so unself-conscious, and so mirthful, and just can enjoy the moment so much that she doesn't worry about that kind of thing. She just let loose and enjoy herself.
You can tell.
What is it about my hair that you like?
That's very true. I never knew.
Well, you were there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Who the hell are you talking to?
So, what's your name?
Make up!
Trick question.
I just want you to introduce yourself.
I'd like to run for president someday. Okay.
I think that's very important, enjoying each other's company. Like, that's pretty much at the top of my priority list, not... What is it other people prioritize?
Well, information is not knowledge. Knowledge is not wisdom. Truth is not beauty. Beauty is not love. Love is not music. Music is the best.
Are you gonna edit it?